Hello and welcome to Caroline's Library, where we dive into the world of manga, anime, and more. Today we are talking about Tomodachi Game. I have mixed feelings about this psychological thriller, so is it worth your time? I'll let you decide. Yeah, this one's disturbing and reminds me of Squid Game, so let's get started with a quick story setup. Yuichi and his 4 high school friends have just finished saving up for an expensive school trip when the money mysteriously vanishes. Knowing that the culprit is someone in the class, the students are quick to accuse each other, and suspicions rise when Mikoto and Shiho suddenly stop coming to school. Yuichi, Yutori, and Tenji are worried about their missing friends, but after receiving a letter asking to meet up at school, the 5 gather only to be abducted and dragged into a cryptic scheme called the Tomodachi Game, where participants are groups of friends who work to eliminate their debt. And the way to win is easy. Simply trust your friends. But of course, the games are designed to instill doubt and suspicion, and it doesn't take long for Yuichi and his friends to start questioning each other, because as it turns out, there's a traitor in their midst. Tomodachi Game is a disturbing and mysterious story full of plot twists, nerve-wracking situations, and psychological trauma that gets increasingly more convoluted and dangerous as the story goes on. Yuichi, or MC, is a Sherlock Holmes type of character with a cunning and manipulative personality and an intense backstory. As the story progresses, we see his true colors as his sociopath tendencies reveal themselves, and you realize that he is willing to do just about anything to beat the games. Real talk, our boy's a lunatic. But beating the games is easier said than done because the games become more challenging by putting emotional, mental, and physical strain on the participants. Not only are they designed to test your friendships, they also put you into situations where you're not able to think clearly due to hunger, pain, or fear. And if that's not enough to break you, our group of friends has a traitor amongst them, and none of them is as pure or sincere as they have appeared prior to the games. As Yuichi starts to peel back the layers of this conspiracy, we realize just how convoluted the situation truly is, as each reveal leads to more questions. And you find yourself wondering, who can you really trust? This manga could easily win the competition for having the most plot twists in a series, and some of these reveals are incredibly entertaining, but you do start to wonder if they'll ever end. As the games continue, we get shocking and ridiculous situations where Yuichi and his friends are put into real danger with severe consequences, and this is where the plot holes in the story really start to appear. Let's not forget that these characters are high schoolers, so where are the parents in all of this? What do they think when their children disappear for days, if not weeks? As the game goes on, more people are brought into this complicated situation, leaving you wondering, how much do they know? What possible reasoning could the game administrators have given that would explain this situation to random people? How have the police not caught on to this insane and diabolical scheme? Of course, you may be willing to look past these plot holes for the sake of the story, but for me, it was just a bit too much. And as a quick side note, how would you ever recover from participating in these games? Can you imagine the psychological trauma that you would carry around with you for the rest of your life? I mean, no amount of therapy could heal those emotional wounds. You would be scarred for life, mentally, emotionally, and physically. How would you ever trust anyone ever again? With that in mind, at the heart of the story is one basic question. What's more important, friends or money? And this story is an interesting thought experiment about what people are willing to do for money. What happens when desperation makes you forget about your friendships? Do you have the mental and emotional fortitude to stay true to your friends, or would you abandon them to save yourself? This manga could easily be used in a philosophy or psychology class as a study on human behavior. So overall, Tomodachi Game has a fascinating plot that really makes you think, but for me, it reached a point where the plot twists and holes really started to exhaust me. It was just too convoluted as the web of mysteries and conspiracies became overwhelming. But if you're looking for a manga that has Squid Game type of vibes, this could be a great series for you. Thanks for popping on to watch this review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content each week. And until next time, happy reading!